Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and furthermore, welcome back to yet another exciting figure review. And this one, oh boy, is it exciting for me in particular, because I've been hyped and anticipating this Ankylosaurus for a while. I was looking for this in my stores everywhere, I couldn't find it, and now that I've finally gotten my claws on it, I'm super hyped. This is the Jurassic World Rebirth Wild Roar Ankylosaurus from Mattel, and I love the colors on this thing. Very much Jurassic Park 3 with the colors of this particular Ankylosaurus. Now, it is just using the regular sculpt for the Jurassic World Ankylosauruses that we've seen in the past, but obviously it's got very much that Jurassic Park 3 Ankylosaurus flair when it comes to the colors, and I really love just the colors on this thing. So, for the packaging, you have the Jurassic World Rebirth logo, you have Wild Roar Ankylosaurus, you have the Spinosaurus there, you have Mattel logos, you have the kind of Jurassic Park Jeep kind of colors there, you have this kind of framework in the back that I guess is supposed to look like some sort of dinosaur enclosure with like some mountains and forests in the background of Isle St. Hubert. Obviously, the Ankylosaurus is pretty much obscuring all of that. Top of the box there, you can see Jurassic World Rebirth logo. Side of the box, Jurassic World Rebirth logo. Other side of the box, Jurassic World Rebirth logo again. And then on the back, you can see a glamour shot of the figure. I think you push down its head and it swings its tail. So a pretty generic, feature for any kind of Ankylosaurus toy. They always have some sort of like tail thrashing action, which is quite appropriate for the species. Control the attack, Ankylosaurus, Wild Roar. And you can see a glamour shot there showing the feature there, and then you can see the three other figures in this line. You have Aucasaurus, Albisaurus, Spicalypticus. I don't know these species. They're getting into some species that aren't super popular that I don't know of. And then you got the advertisement there of the Jurassic's Fact app, encouraging you to scan the DNA code and unlock this animal in your Jurassic Facts app if you have that app. But with that being said, that pretty much wraps up the packaging on this really cool Jurassic World Rebirth Wild Roar Ankylosaurus. So without further ado, I'm going to take a few minutes to get this one unboxed. Don't go away, there's more figure review to be had. Alright, pull that thing out of there. This thing still had the kind of tab there that prevents it from making noise. Anyway, here is the Ankylosaurus out of the box, and oh my gosh, I love this thing. I love the colors on it. I love it, it's so cool. Anyway, so I guess we'll talk about the actual design of this thing before we move into its play features. So you can see right there, it's got this big, like, armored, spiked scoot back. You can see the scoots and osteoderms and spikes and everything. Everything you love from Ankylosaurus. The tail is brown and fades into a gray for the club here, which is nicely designed. And then, obviously, the whole tail is brown, but on the bottom, you do have this kind of, like, yellowish tan color, which is really, really cool. Here is the DNA code there. Yeah, there you guys go. So if you guys want to unlock the Ankylosaurus there, you can unlock it. You have all these details and textures with like the different scoots and scales, and the wrinkles in the skin look really nice. The face is really, really cool. You got these yellow eyes with this kind of brown face with the dark brown horns and these markings, these orange markings on the face. Really, really cool. I love how this thing looks. An amazing color choice for this animal. I love it. And I guess we'll do a quick little comparison with the other two Ankylosaurs they put in this line, starting off with the first one they released being the Ankylosaurus, and of course they also released the Edmontonia. These were the 3 Ankylosaurs they released in the Jurassic World Rebirth toy line. Of course, the only animal that actually appeared in the movie was Ankylosaurus itself. But it's still really cool to get some figures of these other, more obscure Ankylosaurs. But yeah, this Ankylosaurus, it's so awesome! I love it so much! So for articulation, if I can do that without setting off the feature, its legs do move out, like that. That's pretty crazy. Its legs can move out. They can move back in. They can move. There's the feature going off. They can move up and they can move down on both sides. They can move up. They can move down. Same with the back legs. Move back and forth. And then, of course, there is articulation in the tail and in the head, but that's mainly for the play feature that this guy has. All right, let me put this back to where it was. There we go. So the play feature is, I would assume, similar to the Baryonyx, where you grab his tail, you can even do just by pressing the head. So yeah, a really fun feature. You can do it by either bopping him on the head or holding on to his tail and, moving his head around, which is really, really cool. Definitely, I love this guy. It's super amazing. My favorite Ankylosaurus color scheme that they've given this figure. Because, again, this is just a retooled Ankylosaurus that they've been using for years, right? They've been making the same Mattel Jurassic World Ankylosaurus, just with different gimmicks and retooling it ever so slightly. So it is literally the same Ankylosaurus we've always been getting, but it just has this really cool Jurassic Park 3 inspired color palette, which I love. Anyway, I guess we'll move into a proper comparison with some other Ankylosaurus I have in the collection. First up for comparison, here is the Jurassic World Rebirth Ankylosaurus, next to some other miscellaneous Ankylosaurs. We have the Edmontonia, the Ankylosaurus, the Borealopelta, the Gastonia, and the Sauropelta. Next up for comparison, we have the Jurassic World Rebirth Ankylosaurus, next to the Jurassic World Dominion Prologue Ankylosaurus. And finally, the Jurassic World Rebirth Ankylosaurus next to the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Bumpy. Both versions of Bumpy that Mattel released, the smaller baby Bumpy and the adult Bumpy. I actually would really like them to re-release this Bumpy, the sculpt of Bumpy, recolor it as Smoothie from Chaos Theory, as I don't believe we have a proper Smoothie figure. I think we only got a minifigure in the upcoming Advent calendar for like the minis that's coming up for Christmas time. We don't have a proper figure, so hey, Mattel, if you're listening, re-release the baby Bumpy figure in Smoothie colors, because yeah. But there is adult Bumpy and baby Bumpy next to the Rebirth Ankylosaurus. I said it earlier in the video, and I'll say it again. I love the color choice on this Ankylosaurus. simply because I feel like it tries to emulate the color and design of the Jurassic Park 3 version of Ankylosaurus. Very much in a similar way that the new design of Velociraptor in Jurassic World Rebirth very much tries to emulate the design of the Jurassic Park 3 male Velociraptor, just in a modern style with the modernized version of the animal in the franchise. So, of course, these two figures right here play very much on my nostalgia for those first 3 films. But yeah, I really love the colors on this one. I think it's the best Ankylosaurus ever. I mean, yeah, it just uses the same sculpt that all of Mattel's Jurassic World Ankylosauruses use, but it's really that color. Like, you got this yellowy beige color, the dark brown, the even darker brown for the spikes, the gray club, the orange facial markings. It's just a really nice color palette for this animal, once again, harkening back to Jurassic Park 3. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think about the Jurassic World Rebirth, Wild Roar, and Ankylosaurus. And with that, do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.